Right. Hi everyone. Today we're going to be looking at complex conditions. So every if statement has a condition, something like if name equals this, or if number is greater than this. We're going to be looking at complex conditions, which is just combining two or more, multiple conditions. And there's two different ones. There's and there's or, but I'll get into that in a second. First one, well, here's the basic if statement. I've already looked at this. So you ask for a number. If the number is greater than 10, it will say this. We've also looked at, oh wait, I thought the else bit was going to come up. If you wanted to make it so that there was a cap on the number, you would write and then you write number again, and you write what you want your cap to be. So you write a number is less than or equal to 100. So any number between 10 and 100 will make it say this. And then obviously you could add your else bit here, and then it will say your number is outside of 10 and 100. Now, if you typed in 5, it's not between either of these, so it will say that. If you typed in 5,000, it's also not between either of these, so it will say that as well. Common mistake to make is if you miss out number. Now, I know it might seem, if number is greater than 10 and less than 100, like that should work. It doesn't. The computer is pretty thick, and the way it thinks is this bit here. Can I draw on it? No, I can't draw. Oh yeah, I can. This bit here, oh great, is a separate condition. And then this bit here, it can't even see it. So it thinks nothing is less than or equal to 100. And because of that, nothing will happen. Something will happen. It will error, actually. So you've got to be careful with that. If you get an error with this type of stuff, that's the very first thing I would check. It does, like I said, it says sees both sides as separate. Other one you can use is or. An or is similar to an and. I should mention, for an and to work, both sides need to be true. So if you type in 45, 45 is greater than 10 and it's less than 100. Both sides are true, and so this bit will run. An or only needs one side to be true. So if you wanted to write the word cake, but you wanted lower letters, or lowercase letters, or capital letters, if you did and, it can't be both at the same time. So you want to use or. So type in cake like this, it'll work. Type in cake like that, it'll work. If you wanted to make it, like say just one capital letter at the start, you could change it and make it, you can just keep adding more and just go or word equals cake with a capital C. Hopefully you get the point. Right. Worksheet 7, we'll have a quick look at that. Here is worksheet 7 on Teams. You need to copy out this little program for the age. Again, that's what I've talked about. Be careful with this little bit here. This one, using ors. Or I should mention, you do not want to put or in between the ages, because an age can't be greater than 5. Well, it will be greater, one of these will be true no matter what. Just don't do that, to put ors there. No, I'm going to jump to this one because it's a little bit different. Those ones are just copying, getting used to it. So make a program for 2 passwords. You want them to say open in Sesame. So let's go open up Python. We're just going to ask for a password. And say, what is your password? Copy that to save a little bit of time. Just go Control-C, Control-V. We'll call this password 1, this one password 2. We'll even write, what is your second? What is your first? And then in the if statement, you say, if password 1 is equals to open, and not or. If it was or, one of the passwords would have to be right and it would work. We want both passwords to be right. Password 2 is equals to Sesame. Never really got that phrase because isn't Sesame a seed? Whatever. I don't know. I didn't make the movie. And then we go print access granted. Or you can write whatever that crazy statue says in Aladdin. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the film. And then you do else print access denied. We run that. What is your first password? Open. Don't worry that this goes in purple. Doesn't really matter. What is your second password? Sesame. Access granted. If we run this again, notice how it does have to be exact letters. So if you did open in caps and then sesame in lowercase, that won't work. Access denied. Let's say that we did or instead of and. What's the problem here? One of the questions could be right. So if you did open, that's right. You just type in anything. It'll still work because one of them is true and you get to the next stage. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. Access granted. Not really what we want right now. So yeah, that is how the program works. Later on, it's really just similar things here, mixing ands and ors. This is an and one, I believe. This is an or one. This is, yeah, so you have to do a little calculation at the start and then it's an and one. So we've done calculations before, you should be okay with that. This one's a little bit trickier. You need to mix ands and ors. So you'd have to, I know it's a different program, but you'd have to go or password 1 is equal to open, and then you go and password 2 equals sesame, or password 2 equals sesame, screaming it. And now when you run this, what will happen is, God, you can barely see it, you can type in open, screaming, and sesame lowercase, and it does actually work. You don't have to do that for this program. That's the extension task is just very similar to it. So hopefully, if any of you do get to the extension task and you want to give it a shot, then that will help you. Right, thank you for watching.